What's a monarch? In mind control programming, what does it really mean? How are they made? We're going to find out. Hello, I'm Randy Goodwin. There's a lot of information about monarchs out there, and most of it is a little bit of truth and a little bit of lies. See, people really don't understand what a monarch really is. Most people think a monarch is like from a butterfly. Okay, well, there's a tiny bit of truth on that, but it's not the true definition. You see, a monarch comes from two parts. One is the word mono, and the other's arch. The word arch means ruling entity, and the word mono is single. So the word monarch simply means single ruling entity. Isaiah chapter 14 and Ezekiel 28, it talks about the dragon, the old serpent, the devil, Satan, and Lucifer. And Lucifer talks about the false light in man, or pseudo-Christ. And that's where the Illuminati gets their term, the illuminated one. The monarch has actually been around since the beginning of Egypt and Babylon. And the Necrochromanon for the monarch and has the basic formula in it. Nimrod was God of this world because he had the seed of Satan within him. He then created Babel, which means the gateway for Baal. The Tower of Babel, which means the place of the heavens where they could actually come down and enter into individuals. And after that, he created Egypt. And Egypt simply means the land of the dead, or those that are separated from the true Lord God and Father and enslaved by the God of this world. Nimrod is listed as the first pharaoh. Now, Satan actually wanted to be God, and his pride got in the way, like we all know, and he said, I'll exalt myself above the Most High, in the book of Isaiah 14:14, and I'm going to be God. He was the best created in all the world next to man. He actually covered the entire throne of God, but he wanted to be worshipped by all mankind. So a monarch is someone who is given over to Satan, and he controls their mind. He controls their actions, and the person worships him by their actions and by all their thoughts. Let's get a little deeper here. Now, the symbol for the Masonic Lodge is the square in the compass with a pyramid pointing upwards and the pyramid pointing downwards. And it actually means the greater light that rules by the day, Genesis 1:16, and the lesser light that will rule by night. And that represents Satan and Astaroth. When you have Satan and Astaroth coming together in the Tower of Babel, the Egypt within that person has been created. And if you look closely within the two pyramids, you're going to see a letter G. The letter G simply means Beelzebub, above, or Baal. In the Greek, it literally means it's the commander of the one who draws breath, or the prince of the power of the air. The way the Bible describes it in Ephesians 2 also refers to this, and it talks about it. Now, 14 families that have been given their families over for all time and eternity is called the elitist monarchs, or the purebloods. Purebloods are born with the Nephilim in their DNA. That literally means an ancient spirit joins with the flesh and creates Gabora Gabora, which means a mighty man of old. So a pureblood at the point of conception has the ancient spirit that will attach to the flesh, John 1:6. And the spirit has authority to do so because the parents gave them authority to carry this on. Druidic magic and like high cultists, they will do these rituals and vows and invoke this spirit to attach to the baby. When they are born, the blue bloods will do this rituals, vows, oaths, and ceremonies to gain the power. And there's many of them that do that. There's Egyptian magic, there's the Himalayans, and there's many, many kinds that will do that. And they are not born with this automatically. That's why they call them the blue bloods. They invoke these spirits to gain them. And that's why they call them the blue bloods. The elitist will do these vows and ceremonies, not necessarily to gain a demon, but they just want the power and they want the control. Both the person and the spirit will benefit because now they have inhabited a human being that will further their causes of evil and advance the evil course. The person will benefit because they're going to gain the power from this evil spirit. And the monarch means a single ruling entity. In the Necrochromanon, it talks about how to replace it with a scarab. And that simply means Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies. At conception, the brain body, mind, soul, and spirit. They've all been given over. And when they join in harmony, usually before the age of 3 years old, the beast is created. The beast is the Antichrist, and it separates the person from any truth. What is given in them is a desire to seek God or a religion, or any facet thereof. It doesn't matter. And they will think they're actually born again, but they're not, because their lifestyles and their actions do not prove so. They try to split the brain in infancy, usually before 6 months of age, because shell authors haven't been created yet. They try to split the original life force in them, creating bicamerality. They try to split it again and create the four. The dark side will be on the left side of the female, and light side will be on the right side, and the opposite is true for males. A lot of times, they don't talk a lot because they actually have telepathy powers. They are real, and they can speak without even talking. They can speak to the dead and the ancient ancestors without even making any words. The reason they have this ability is because that's how the spiritual world operates. They can communicate their telepathy. They can astral project, and depending on how high of a degree and how good they are at it, they can actually go have a cold drink and a burger with somebody and come back into their body afterwards. Before the age of 2 is when they split the original other into twos, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. And it's done in sequence like that with age, because as the brain develops, and it's able to do that when the parents have both been given over to Satan, and it was their lifestyle, and that's the way they were raised. The child doesn't necessarily have to go into some special underground mind control camp to make this all happen. Although, that does happen, and there are places when they actually do that, especially in the 70s with the MK Ultra and stuff. The parents will automatically invoke this treatment into their child and cause their child to split at these young ages. The father, almost every time, is the programmer, and he is the one who actually can program this child. When the life force has been split into 2 parts, those 2 parts have been split into 2 parts, it creates a pyramid on the left hemisphere and creates a pyramid on the right hemisphere. And we got a pyramid in the back on both sides and a pyramid on the front on both sides. When that happens, we have built the pyramid going downwards, and we built the pyramid going up. And this has been complete. It creates the true monarch. The monarch means single ruling entity within an individual, not a butterfly. Psalm 147 verse 3 says, "He came to heal the brokenhearted and set the captives free." The broken mind can be put back together because he is God, and he's able to do this. He wouldn't be God if he couldn't be able to do this, and he can. And he can put all this back together and make you all great again. I hope you've enjoyed this. My name is Randy Goodwin. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. And God bless you. Okay, thank you for watching.